It's Pakistan's butcher army that remains defiant once again. Yesterday, what we saw was nothing short of, once again, Pakistan crossing the line. You had Pakistan Border Action Team, which crossed the line of control, came into the Indian territory, targeted the patrol team of BSF and army jawans on our side, and also mutilated two of our soldiers. And this is the action that India has hit out with. From Pimpli and Kirpan post, you've had Indian soldiers destroying two bunkers of the Pakistan army. India giving out tough response. Initial reports said two Pakistani bunkers were destroyed opposite to Kirpan and Pimpli post along the line of control near Mendhar in Jammu. About 5 to 8 Pakistani soldiers of 647 Mujahideen battalion were in one post. Both posts have been destroyed. 7 Pakistani soldiers have been killed in the action. That's hours after Pakistan's Border Action Team, which comprises the special forces, killed 2 Indian soldiers under cover of shelling by Pak troops in Krishna Ghati sector in Pooch district of Jammu and Kashmir. Army Chief Bipin Rawat is in Srinagar in the wake of beheading of Indian jawans. And also, this is the response that India has chosen to give. Remember, India had said that we will choose our time and place of response, and this is the first assault at the Pakistani camp. Okay, let's take a look at what exactly happened yesterday as well. And as India hits back, getting you more reactions from the ground in just a bit. But here's the report first.
Infiltrate, ambush, kill, mutilate. The Pakistan army have shown its true color yet again, just a day after their chief visited the LOC. 2 Indian soldiers were killed and mutilated on Monday by Pakistan's Border Action Team. Their deceit was executed, aided by covering fire from a Pakistani post. Naib Subedar Paramjeet Singh of the army and Head Constable Premchand of the BSF were part of a patrolling party that was fired upon with a rocket launcher. The BAT team then crossed 200 meters into Indian territory and mutilated the Indian soldiers. The country and a bereaved family is demanding answers.
The government of India strongly condemns, and the whole country has full confidence and faith in our armed forces, which will react appropriately to this inhuman act.
The constantly evolving threat from terrorism is our shared worry. The nations of the world, therefore, need to work as one to disrupt the terrorist networks and their financing and a put to a cross-border movement of terrorists.
So now what? How long before Pakistan is made to feel the pain for this cowardly, unsoldierly act?
सच यह है कि 125 करोड़ की आबादी वाला ये देश मौजूदा भाजपा सरकार से जवाब मांग रहा है। हम पाकिस्तान को 56 इंच का सीना कब दिखाएंगे? हम पाकिस्तान से आंख तरेर कर कब बात कर पाएंगे?
Ceasefire violations, mutilating soldiers, terror attacks on civilians. Pakistan clearly wants to ratchet up the tension to keep it a hot summer. How long before India says thus far and no further? With Gaurav Sawant in Delhi, Shujaul Haq and Manjeet Sehgal in Jammu and Kashmir. Bureau Report, India Today.
So let's take you through what exactly happened yesterday. As you just saw the report, 3 soldiers on patrol duty were targeted by Pakistan Border Action Team. Pak Army injured the soldiers. They were provided cover fire by their team. They came inside the line of control about 800 meters inside. Pak troops take cover, attack the Indian soldiers, and here's where they mutilated the dying martyrs. And this is where they have crossed all the lines of decency, as well as India fired back. The Pak butchers fled, but not before mutilating and beheading two of our brave officers. Well, this is a reality of Pakistan that's been exposed, and this is now the call of the kin of the martyrs, who are demanding justice, who are demanding revenge, who want Pakistan to be slapped on the face the way they have hit us.
मोदी से कहूँ मैं, भैया तो आर पार की लड़ाई करो और या इस ना खत्म करो। माया की गोद खाली होगी, भाइयों के बराबर की बांह टूट गई, मेरी बेटी का पति चला गया, मेरी बेटी किस तरह रह रही।
We also have this morning with us N.K. Kalia, who's father of Captain Saurabh Kalia. Sir, thank you for speaking to India today. Once again, we see the same script being played by Pakistan. Indian forces retaliated yesterday, targeting Pak bunkers. 7 of their soldiers have been killed as well. Sir, do you believe that is enough?
I think that it has taken us about 70 years to know the real character of Pakistan. The Pakistan is aimed to harm India, to bleed India. Kashmir is only a cover only. So instead of reacting, we have to act. The proactive action is always should always be there. Unless it is done, the Pakistan is not going to move back from such heinous crimes. It has happened in the past, and it is happening now, and I'm afraid that it will continue in future also, unless India acts.
Absolutely. Captain Kalia, I'm sorry, but I'll have to cut across to the visuals I'm getting right now. Final farewell being paid to the martyrs at the moment of the way in which the Pakistan Army soldiers had mutilated the bodies of 2 of our Jawans. We have Head Constable Prem Sagar and Naib Subedar Paramjeet Singh. Final farewell being paid to them by the nation. We do have, we're waiting the visuals right now of how they've been given the final farewell at the moment, and it's a time where we're looking at also the Indian forces mulling action on how to give Pakistan a response. Meanwhile, as we're trying to get these visuals, N.K. Kalia continues to be with us, father of Captain Saurabh Kalia. Sir, I'm given to understand we'll take some time before we can go across to the visuals, and this is what we were talking, sir, when you said that Pakistan needs to be taught a lesson. Now, what are the options before us? Because diplomatic ties, should we go ahead with that? We've already tried the surgical strike. Should we try that again as well? Yesterday, as you said, the response that has been given right now is in the face of Pakistan, but that is not enough.
I think what Indian Army has done yesterday is good, but this is not good enough. So far Pakistan is concerned, it has to be taught a lesson almost every day. Unless it is done in practice, the Pakistan is not going to improve. There is a saying in Hindi, कुत्ते की पूंछ को आप कभी सीधा नहीं कर सकते. In 70 years experience, India has the same observation that Pakistan is like a कुत्ते की पूंछ जिसको इंडिया कभी न सीधा नहीं कर सकता.
N.K. Kalia, ये भी है कि आप अपने neighbors choose नहीं कर सकते. You cannot choose your neighbor. So we have to live with Pakistan. And it is a rogue state now. Is it time to declare Pakistan a rogue state? Is it time to declare Pakistan a terror state?
In this regard, we have to declare Pakistan a terrorist state ourselves. Why no should look at US and other nations to declare in the recent past there was the bill in our Rajya Sabha that the Pakistan should be declared a terrorist state. The first of all, we have to start it from our own country, and then they can plead with other countries.
Kali, appreciate you joining us. Absolutely what you're saying, sir, has to be implemented and noted as well. Thanks for joining us. I do have the visuals right now of the nation paying final respect to our brave hearts. This is the final journey of our brave hearts. Naib Subedar Paramjeet Singh of 22 Sikh and Head Constable Prem Sagar of BSF 200 Battalion, as the last rites are going to be conducted in their hometown. But this is the place where their mortal remains will be flown back to their hometowns. Naib Subedar Paramjeet Singh and Head Constable Prem Sagar were present at the spot where the Pakistan Border Action Team crossed the line of control, targeted the patrol party 800 meters within our territory, and then beheaded them, mutilated them, went back. And it's the forward posts where the joint patrol of BSF and Army was underway when Naib Subedar Paramjeet Singh and Head Constable Prem Sagar were bought off, and they were shot at as the Pak Border Action Team got into the Indian territory. They were given cover fire, and it's a simultaneous action which was launched with rocket grenades and mortars being fired on our forward posts. And these were two of our brave officers who ensured that they do their duty. They were patrolling between the two camps and also checking whether there are any landmines in the area. That's when they were targeted by the Pakistan Border Action Team. Visuals on your screen of the final journey of the two martyrs. My colleague Shuja is also through with us right now. Shuja, take us through what's happening on the ground.
Well, Devina, as you were pointing out, this is the wreath-laying ceremony that is taking place of, these two soldiers who lost their lives yesterday in that bad action. Devina, we've been talking about it, but let's remember the bad actions is not something new. It has happened in past as well. Remember that case of a couple of years back in Poonch, on which a lot of hue and cry was initiated, and there were a lot of voices asking for a retaliatory action. Now what has happened since yesterday, when this incident came to light, again a lot of people, including the political parties in opposition, have been asking that the government should respond. We've heard that the army has responded back by shelling towards that post from where they presume these the team members of this bad team have come from, and there has been some damage caused to the other side. But still, there are a lot of voices saying that what stops the other side from carrying out such bad actions in future. Pakistan since yesterday has been only denying it. They have officially said that from their side there was no such action. In fact, this is the scripted line that they always take when a bad action is happening on the line of control. They're very dangerous, the scenarios, which unfold, particularly when a bad team is sent across the line of control. They sneak in, they, ambush at some point of times, they target, and then they leave back. Of course, in this case, there was also cover fire that was given to these members of the bad team from the other side of line of control. What remains to be seen is that what action from here on, whether diplomatic or military, is in the policy of the government. We know that the army chief is still in the valley. He is going to hold a important security review meet, which was already scheduled. But in this scenario, with this thing unfolding, whether there'll be any more shift in the policy is something that we'll be waiting and watching out for.
Shuja, the options what India have, we'll talk about that. But first up, I want to take our viewers through how Pakistan media is reporting this entire attack. Now, what Dawn has said this morning is ISPR denies Indian claim of 2 soldiers being killed, mutilated by Pak Army in the LOC attack. Inter-Services Public Relations on Monday refuted Indian Army claims that Pakistani soldiers had killed 2 members of an Indian Army patrol on the line of control and mutilated their body. Pakistan Army did not commit any ceasefire violation on the line of control or a border action team action in Buttal sector as alleged by India, and this is a blatant lie. That's been reported from the ISPR statement. My colleague Kaswar is joining us right now from Islamabad. Kaswar, take us through the fact that how it's a curious case of timing. You have the Pak Army chief who visits the line of control on Sunday, gives out a message saying that India is sponsoring the state terror, and at the same time, the next day, we have the shameful action by the Pakistani Army, and ISPR and Pak media is reporting that it is not done by Pakistani Army, trying to distance themselves from it, while what was on the ground is quite clear with hard evidence that Pakistani Army did cross the line of control, came into the Indian territory, targeted our soldiers as well. 2 of them were mutilated. They beheaded 2 soldiers and then went back.
Well, Devina, you have rightly pointed out that Army chief last week, visited the Pakistan-held Kashmir as well, have met the Pakistani soldier across the line of control. This is the other side of story. But when we talk about your question that how the Pakistan media is reporting, definitely Pakistan media has widely reported the statement given by ISPR. They have refuted, as you have rightly pointed out, that Pakistan Army soldiers even cannot think of, disrespecting any soldier, even the Indian. So in Pakistan, the Pakistani media is reporting these facts, and also another side of story is the Pakistani media, Pakistan's ISPR is constantly, stating that it is the Indian side that is violating the line of control, and the reason could be they want to, they hide what they are doing there in Indian-held Kashmir from the world. So in Pakistan, these are the facts that the Pakistani media is reporting, but it is still a mystery what happened across the line of control. Pakistani side has,
in fact, what is clear, in fact, Kaswar, what is clear right now is that how it is the Rawalpindi that is calling the shots and not Islamabad anymore. Now, also, let's take our viewers through what are the options that India has and how India will retaliate. We've seen yesterday that how 2 forward posts of Pakistan were targeted and they were destroyed by the Indian Army, 7 soldiers, and that's the injury inflicted on the Pakistani side. But this is the option. Option 2 is that there could be a surgical strike across the line of control, the likes of what we saw in September, to give out a tough message to Pakistan. Option 3, expel Pak High Commission and just cut off all the diplomatic ties, and that's what Hawks are also proposing. Option 4 is revoke Pakistan's most favored nation status. Why is it that Pakistan is still on our most favored nation status, where it gives the trade advantage to Pakistan? And that's where the business ties should be cut off, the diplomatic ties should be frozen, and could be a response to cornering Pakistan into admitting that it should now stem off terror, and global isolation is also what's needed. India is working diplomatic channels as well to ensure Pakistan is identified as a state which perpetrates terror. At the same time, back home, significant political pressure on the government as well. Here's what the opposition is saying.
We have to keep a dialogue open with all our neighbors, because as Atalji had rightly said, we can change our policies, but we can't change our neighbors.